Hello, hey everybody, how are we doing on this lovely sunny bright Thursday afternoon? Hope you are all keeping so well. If you are here live, if you've managed to pop in live, do drop me a hey in the comments, say hello, do join in the conversation. I want you to get the most out of our session today. So if you are here live, drop me a hey in the comments. And as usual, if you're just catching up on replay, I know a lot of you catch up on replay, then do a hashtag replay as well, so I know that you're here and I can answer any questions that you've got. So if you are here live, drop me a hey, say hello. Hey girl, lovely to see you. Great to see you. Pop a hey in the comments and I'll just double check that. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Great to see you here, girl. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Because today's session is all about, one of the things that I've noticed in the last few weeks is that, hey Helen, lovely to see you, that there are still people out there, some of you fab ladies that have got so many unique talents, are so fabulous, but that you are holding yourself back. And you don't know why. You know that you may be self-sabotaging, but you're not quite sure what you're doing. Oh, you're so kind, girl. Thank you so much. So today's session, I'm going to give you some mindset success hacks that you can really use today and take them away and actually start looking at what is stopping you. What is stopping you moving forward? So success really is an inside job. You know, our thoughts create our reality and our future. So I'm going to go through 3 simple yet really powerful mindset hacks so that you can overcome that self-doubt and those limiting beliefs, and you can boost your confidence, and you can get you closer to living and creating, or rather creating and living the life that you actually dream about. Would that be useful for you? Do let me know in the comments if that would be useful for you. Because actually, one of the things that, you know, I know that you all want to, I know you've got these little niggly things that you know that there's more out there for you. There's more out for you in your business. You want to take yourself to that next level. But that something is stopping you do it. And taking your success to that next level requires you to take yourself to that next level first, which is the biggest obstacle. And what our brain actually does is it focuses on those obstacles. It filters our current experiences based on our past experiences. So what have you always done in the past? What are your beliefs and your attitudes that you keep telling yourself? Because that almost becomes your thermostat about the level at which you are going to allow yourself to receive, and the success that you're looking to receive, or the abundance you're looking to receive. And then you look to prove yourself right, and it becomes a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So every moment, every single moment of every day, you are working towards creating the results in your life. The positive results, you're creating them, and the negative results, you're creating them too. So let me know in the comments there if this resonates with you. So if you are dying to move to that next level, but each time you sort of get there or start to get there, something is stopping you. You know, that you want to scale your life and you want to scale your business, but then you suddenly lose confidence in yourself. So just let me know in the comments if that is something that you found yourself doing and you just don't know what it is. Because when we want this change, we've got to change what's going on in here first. We've got to build your confidence to take those steps into the unknown. You've got to be able to move past fear. Brilliant, Susan. So you do want to do it, but there's something that keeps holding you back. And do you, Susan, do you know what that is? Do you know what stops you actually going to that next level at the moment? Let me ask all of you. So what stops you going to that next level right now? What stops you doing exactly what you want and what you desire? Just let me know in the comments there. Because I know that you know that you're meant for more. I know you know that. So Helen, this is you. You often can't think of what your beliefs are that are stopping you, and you don't know where to start. So the knowing where to start bit is one of the big things. And actually, I'm going to give you some little tips to do today to actually do that. Helen, I mean, it's fantastic that you're in the Mega Success program. We start next week, which I'm so excited about. So we'll actually start uncovering what it is that's stopping you. So Susan, you're sure it must be a deep-rooted fear of failure. And that's a really big one, isn't it? It's a really big one. And for me, I took a huge leap in January 2019. That seems forever ago now, doesn't it? I gave up my HR director role. So I was a highly paid, or I was getting a great salary as a senior corporate HR director, and I gave that up to go on my own. I'd reached the age that my mum was when she died, and I just thought, you know what? Actually, I've reached the kind of what I thought was the pinnacle of my career. I thought that was what I really wanted. But there was something niggling me inside that I wanted to do something else. And once I got to the age my mum was when she died, I actually thought, why am I, she didn't get to live out her dreams. So it wasn't something that took place overnight, don't get me wrong. I actually planned it, 6 months before. But in January 2019, I completely went so on my own to run my own business. So I'd actually been running my business on the side alongside my HR director role before that, but I went full out. So I gave up my full-time employment and literally went full out on my business. And you're right, I had a really deep-rooted fear of failure about, I had both. What if it really succeeds and what if it fails? I had both of those. Thank you, Susan. That is really kind. It's one of those where I actually want to say to all of you that, if we really want something, we've got to start listening to that little niggle. We've got to start taking the risks. Because like me, I could still be in my very secure job, or as secure as any job is right now. But I wasn't living my passion. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I was doing it for somebody else. It wasn't for me. And that's what I wanted to change. And actually now I'm a #1 best-selling author of a book. If somebody had told me I was going to be an author in a book, I would have laughed in your face. I'm about to launch my second book collaboration. So I'm about to put a post out because I'm collaborating on another book that goes on sale next week. That's my second book collaboration. I've been on the radio, I've been a speaker at numerous large-scale events, and I get to live now out my life that I have created for myself. If I, like Tuesday, it was my son's birthday, and not that we can do a lot at the moment, but, I just thought, do you know what? I'm actually going to take a few hours off today. And I did a little bit of work in the morning, then we went out, we went for a walk, we went and got a Starbucks. So we took a few hours, I took a few hours off. I was never able to do something like that. I couldn't just make that decision on that day that I wasn't going to work that day. I'm actually doing what I want to do right now. And I work with fabulous females who are really ambitious, who want to make the mark on the world. And I help them bust through those limitations that are really the ones that they've often held for years. So like Helen was saying there, that she doesn't know what it is that's stopping her. She just knows there is something stopping her. And Susan, you're saying there, the fear of success rings true for you too. Absolutely. I was absolutely petrified. What if the bloody thing succeeds? Oh, shouldn't be swearing on a Facebook Live. But what if it does work out and I earn way more than I used to earn before? And guess what? I blooming well do. I do now. So don't let the fear stop you. I'm going to cover that one in a moment. We're going to cover that one in a moment. But what I help ladies do is help them get rid of the stuff that's actually been holding you hostage for years and stopped you doing what you really want to do. So you can actually be free to step into your true potential. Because I absolutely believe that everybody has got that inside of them. It's just there inside of them. It's just waiting to be pulled out. I believe all of you Oh, Susan, you are awesome too. And absolutely, you know, I believe everybody has got it inside of them and I can pull it out. So I'm also an NLP trainer. So I also run coaching programs that I use my NLP and something called timeline therapy as well to remove those lifelong blocks. The stuff that, you know, the deeper stuff, that's what I'm able to do, is get to the deeper stuff. That's the difference. We get to the deeper stuff, the stuff that's really holding you back. Because a lot of the time you don't actually know what that is that's holding you back. Because it's such a deep-rooted issue, you don't know that why you're self-sabotaging. You just know that you are. So we strip back those layers and we get to the stuff at the deeper unconscious level. And I also run accredited NLP trainings as well for those that actually are aspiring to be a coach and actually, or those that want to experience the huge transformations that I did. And this is a passion of mine now. I am so passionate about helping women, just like you, create the life on their terms and fulfill the desires that they dream about. And it's not all just about me having that passion. It's all about the results as well. I get the results for women in their lives. We get rid of that fear. We get rid of that limitation, that stuff that's going on in your mind moving you forward. You know, whether it's a money block, because I have a lot of ladies that come to me and actually the block that is stopping them up level is their own money story, the blocks that they've placed on themselves. So their inner thermostat, their wealth thermostat that I call it. So we bust through that too. And you grow the confidence and self-belief. You get that financial freedom, that wealth and success that you want. So everything, I believe everything really is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. You know, because there's nothing special about me. You know, it's just that I actually took the risk. I took the risk and I pursued my dreams, actually. And my clients have those huge transformations too. So I want you to now stop assuming that things aren't possible for you, because it's only you deciding that. You know, and a lot of the obstacles that I get coming up are that fear of failure, the fear of success, fear of being judged or criticised, lacking confidence, being able to stay focused, you know, your belief in yourself, you're, you know, feeling good enough, or if you're comparing yourself to others. So drop me a note in the comment if any of those resonates with you. You know, because your beliefs are a choice, actually. Your beliefs are a choice. I used to actually think about my business, oh, I'll be really successful, I'll be really confident when I do this. When my business is bigger, I'll be able to do this, this and this. And we actually need to think about it differently. Oh, Susan, so you'll be signing up for the next Mega Success Mindset Accelerator. You've got to sort out your house move and a few life admin things. Or let me put the whole thing up. Then you'll be free to fully immerse yourself in the program later in the year. Yay! Because there'll be another one. So I start my next one with my fabulous new ladies next week, which I'm so excited about. And then I will have another one sort of June, July time. So yes, Susan, you please jump in there. So Becky, comparison has always been the issue for you. It's a big one. It is a really big one where you compare yourself to others. But what I do teach on the Mega Success, which Becky, I know you're in it, and I can't wait for you to get started next week, is about taking away the blocks so that you stay in your, you know, with your expertise, because you are, you know, you've got a fabulous, you know, you are unique yourself. You are fabulous in yourself. And I'm going to help you believe that as well, because it's all about that belief in yourself. Perfect for you in Susan in June and July. So the point is, your mind will always tell you what you tell it. Always believe what you tell it. So if you tell yourself you're not as good as somebody else, then that's what you will believe. So you need to start realising how amazing that you are. We've got to get rid of this stuff. You've got to really value. You've got to have that value in yourself so that you can start believing in you. And then you've got to take the leap. You've got to just take that leap. Because like I said, success is an inside job. It goes on here. You've got to scale your mindset first if you want to scale. Things happen for you. They don't happen to you. So what is the one thing that lockdown has shown you? What has lockdown has shown you? Just let me know there. You know, one of the things it's shown me is that there's no point carrying on as normal without changing. You've got to change. You've got to change. You've got to keep ahead of the game. You know, we've got to be constantly thinking about stepping into the person we want to be before we're there. Because too many people, too many of the women that come to me overlook the mindset stuff. They skip straight to the business strategies and then they struggle to implement the strategies because they've not dealt with the money, their mindset blocks holding them back, and that they keep them stuck. So they end up not making the progress that they want, and then they end up giving up. So I know that you are meant for something bigger. I know that you have dreams and aspirations, and we've got to grow. We've got to keep on growing. Otherwise we stay in this fixed mindset. You know, if we're not growing, we're dying, which is an awful saying, isn't it? But that's how we are. We can shrivel up, and it's great in the comfort zone, but surely that is one thing that lockdown has taught us, that we've got to keep moving forward. We've got to stay positive and keep focusing on all of the things that we've got great in our life and how we can make them greater. So if you want those incredible things to happen in your life, I know that you want that extraordinary. You don't want ordinary. You want that life of freedom, of success and happiness and abundance. I know that you want that. So who's ready to take these 3 mindset hacks to move you forward, to start propelling you forward? So the first mindset is to focus on what you want. Focus on what you've had, you know, you've got good in your life and what you actually want, rather than the bad stuff of lack, of things that you've not got, and focus on what you want. Be really, really, really super clear on that, because that's what gets people frustrated. That's what gets people going off track, when they are aimlessly moving forward because they don't really know what they are moving towards. They're not clear on what they're trying to achieve. So do you know what you're trying to achieve? Do you know what you really want? Because we tend to focus on all the things that are going wrong, what we haven't got, then on really saying, no, that's what I want, and I'm going to go all out to get it. So our brains don't process negatives. So every time we're talking about what we don't want, the brain just sees it as what you do, and it brings more of that to you. You know, it brings more of that to you. How many times, I mean, a completely, you know, way off example here, but how many times have you sort of been in the supermarket and you've heard a mum sort of shouting after a child, don't run, don't go and touch those sweets. And what do they go and do? They go and run and they go and touch the sweets, because your brain doesn't process negatives. So tell it exactly what it is that you want. Do you really know what you want? Are you dreaming big enough? Are you listening to your heart's true desires, or do you just keep telling yourself or thinking, I haven't got that right now? And so you're not thinking about the possibilities. You're being realistic. You're kind of saying, I can't even begin to put that big villa in Spain on my vision board because I'm never going to get that. So we set our realistic goals. So what is it that you really want? Cut out the being reasonable, cut out the being realistic, and you know, and those goals that are really easy to get, because that's based on where you are right now. Okay, so you've been trying to focus on what you want and you visualize it, but it's not clear yet. Okay, Susan, right, what is the belief about it when you actually start writing down what you want? Do you 100% believe that you can have it, or do you sort of think, I can't really write that, so I'll write something that I know that is more easy to achieve? So for instance, and I do this quite a lot in the Mega Success, I really push my ladies to really start thinking big. So when they sort of say, oh, I'm going to, I want 10 clients, I get them to say, what would be phenomenal? Let's push that, push the boundaries, because actually, it's because you're making it too realistic. You're making it too easily achievable. You don't believe you can go to that higher level, so you hold yourself back. And it's only you that stops yourself doing that. So what I'd recommend that you do, Susan, is write a list of 20 of your desires. So, if you had a blank piece of paper and you could have anything you want, there wasn't any blocks on money or time or anything like that, write 20 things that you would really want and let your imagination go wild. And it stretches those realms of possibility by doing that. So, before you can have what you want, you've got to get totally clear on what it is that you want. So let your mind go into overdrive on creating that first. Create those possibilities. Okay, so the next mindset hack that we've got today is about taking action. You've got to take the action and you've got to step outside your comfort zone. So I want you to now think about focus on one thing in now that you can do that's going to support that big dream. So Susan, when you've done that exercise, you're going to pick one thing off that and you're going to take action. You're going to take action. Whatever you desire, you're going to take action today. No more waiting. No more waiting for that perfect time when you're 100% ready or fully confident, or until you have all the money, or until you have the perfect time. You're going to do something today to make you go towards that dream. Because done is better than perfect, which doesn't exist anyway. Because it's only fear that stops you. It's only fear. Susan, it might be for you that actually you're kind of going, oh, June and July will be the perfect time for you. But actually that comes from a place of fear. Because you're thinking, actually, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? And you want to try and get everything ready and perfect. But actually, I could really challenge you and to say, why don't you get in the program starting on Monday? And actually, by the time we get to June, you have already propelled your business forward threefold. So it could just be the fear holding you back on that. And actually, I'll give you an example of this because with my current Mega Success Mindset Accelerator fab ladies, who I always attract really fabulous ladies into my programs. And so in my current program at the moment, we did our implementation session today. And so in the implementation, so I obviously work a lot on, making these mindset shifts, but we're also about implementing too, taking the action. So we've worked on the, clarity and focus module. We've worked on our limiting beliefs, what's coming up, and our money mindset. And we've done an implementation session today. And they are taking amazing action right now. They are absolutely flying. They really are. And one of the ladies actually said on the call this morning, because she's flying, she's absolutely flying, be really careful what you ask for, as you will get it, because that's what's happened to her. She was really having a block on actually monetizing her products. So she's got fabulous products, fabulous services, but she was struggling to monetize them. And one of the things that she did, that I challenged her on actually was to, so she's really flying right now, and she launched a group that she charged people for. And she said to me that, she said in the group call earlier, I did it as a sort of a practice. That was my practice run to show that I could do it. She just took the action and she made £200 immediately on it. £200 immediately. Now just think about that. Okay, that might not be, the let's make $1 million in 24 hours type of scenario, but this is about creating those consistent mindset shifts. She made £200 on a product, on doing something that actually she'd been putting off. She wasn't monetizing it, and she did it as a practice run. And if she'd have waited until she was ready to do that, she'd have missed out on that little £200 extra. She wasn't planning for that, and there she's got it. So, we've got to think about, we've got to take these blocks away from ourselves. Action is really key. So for some reason, we believe that we can only move forward if fear isn't present. If if there's nothing there, if everything's perfect and I haven't got any fear, we see fear as the enemy, and it really isn't. So what I teach you to do is to expect the fear and carry on anyway. Because fear is always going to be there in some form. It's actually a great motivator. But what we want to do is we want to use it without giving it the control. Because, fear will always be there. It's trying to keep us safe. But the real problem isn't fear itself. It's giving fear the control. Letting it put our dreams in reverse. Giving into the fear and holding back what we really want to do. That's what we should be more fearful of. Being held back from what we really want. So I want you to reframe the fear. And tell yourself, yeah, you've got to flip it on its head, because fear and excitement are on the same spectrum. So I want you to reframe the fear that, God, oh my God, I've got this fantastic opportunity to move my business forward and I'm so excited about it. All these feelings that keep coming up are me being excited about it. So bring fear along for the ride, but just don't let it take the steering wheel. Don't let it take control. So I want to challenge all of you to pick one small thing that you can do today to move you a step closer to your dreams. I want you to take 10 to 15 minutes today to then take action on it. And then do that every day, because then you'll start making that progress. You'll get that momentum. So use it to motivate you. And then the final mindset hack today, again, is about belief. It's one I talk about such a lot. But you've got to be open to receiving. You've got to be open to receiving. You've got to totally believe in yourself that it is on its way for you. Hold that faith and trust that you will receive what you want. If you feel that resistance, then surrender into it and release those doubts and shift your thoughts onto something else. Think about something else and do something else. Because if you want to reach your dreams, then you cannot spend the next 30 days opposing what it is that you want. You can't sort of say, right, I really want to make 100 grand, because that's my target for my launch this year. I can't write, I'm going to have £100,000 launch and then start going, oh, but I'm not going to do that, am I? Oh God, no, what if nobody buys from me? Or what if I don't get any clients? Or what if I'm not good enough to do that? You've got to stay in perfect alignment with it, with what you've asked for. So I am totally on track to get that 100,000 launch. I know that's my target, and I'm putting in I'm moving towards it each and every time. I totally believe 100% it's going to happen, because I then start making it happen. So you've got to feel like it's already happened for you, that it's a done deal, that I'm going to get it. It's on its way to me. So make the statement in that present tense. I am running, I am having a £100,000 launch, So I delve really deeply into the beliefs that are holding you back, because it's only your beliefs that stop you doing that. So I delve really deeply into the beliefs part of it and how we can avoid that self-sabotage on the program. So what are the mindset shifts that you've got to change today? What have you got to take from today's session? What have you got to take on board for you to start propelling yourself forward towards those desires? Let me know, was it number 1, 2 or 3, or a combination of all 3 of those? Let me know in the comments which is the biggest aha for you that you've got to move forward on to get that desire that you want. Because when we make our desires non-negotiable, we cut off the possibility of another option. It's decided for you then. So what do you need to do? What can you commit to right now to move you forward? And just to remind you that I start my new Mega Success Mindset Accelerator next week. So if you are interested in accelerating your life and your business right now, then this is your time. There is no time like the present. So drop me a message for further information right now. And lastly, before I let you go, Are you on Clubhouse? If you are on Clubhouse, I want you to connect with me, as I've got an exciting money mindset challenge actually starting soon that you really don't want to miss. So get onto Clubhouse and start following me, and then I will start to actually communicating the details of my money mindset challenge that's going to be on Clubhouse really, really soon. So Susan, you've got to reframe your fear and use it to help you, not hinder you. Absolutely. So what's the action you can take right now to go move towards that? I'd love you to be on the program next week, Susan. If you want to jump on a call, have a chat and get you started, rather than waiting until, I know you've got your house move, but we can actually move your business forward as well. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. Do let me know what you've gained from that, what your biggest ahas are, and I will catch up with you all again next week. See you all again soon. Bye.